This is Too Stubborn to Quit, a podcast that offers stories of resilience, reinvention, and the moments in life that force us to keep going. Each week we explore real people, real setbacks, and the stubborn determination it takes to move forward when life doesn't go according to plan. And if life has ever knocked you sideways and quitting wasn't an option, you're in the right place, because that proves that we're all too stubborn to quit. Hey, Linda, happy recording day.
Yeah, how about it? So how are you these fine days?
Oh my goodness, I'm amazing. Just spectacular. Loving technology. I think it's fantastic. Fantastic. So I do have something to tell everyone before we start.
Yep.
This is going to be our last episode of the season. We're going to take a few months off because Linda's getting ready to be a world traveler, and and she's got this little pesky thing called a business that she has to run, and so she's coming into her super busy time of the year, and so we're gonna take a break and come back in October with newer guests and fun times, and well, not newer guests, I guess they would be guests with
Different.
There we go. Different.
Yes.
Well, maybe some of the same guests. Who knows?
And some of the same guests, because some of them really had a blast doing this.
We had a really great season 2, if you ask me. I thought it was fantastic. We had some pretty inspirational stories going on in season 2, from Mark and Lisa and we talked. Well, I guess we talked to JT in season 1, but we had some pretty good stories going on, and so. For all of that, I am very, very grateful for season 2. It was a lot of fun. It was good to hear from these folks that figured out a way to be our namesake, Too Stubborn to Quit. By golly, they saw an obstacle and they overcame it, and that was
just keep on stepping every day.
Pretty darn impressive. So as far as us being impressive and too stubborn to quit, we've never been mistaken for not being stubborn. I think that's pretty apparent. But we also have to know when to say when, and right now is that time. And I hope that doesn't inconvenience anyone.
There's just a lot on the plate. I mean, we had the electrician in today ripping the ceilings out and doing the pre-wiring, what do they call it? Rough-in for the kitchen?
Sure.
Yeah, we're moving stuff around, getting ready to put a new ceiling in, and you know what it's like ripping a kitchen out.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
Yep.
I wish I could rip my kitchen out, but it's all right.
Well, we're getting ready to do that, so
it's been too cold to cook outside every day, so it's probably good that I have a kitchen at the moment.
You think?
Yeah.
Did it snow up there today?
No, it
really
didn't snow. It was cold enough to snow, but no snow.
We got like 2 inches of snow. It was 80 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
80 degrees.
You know what I've always said about spring? She's a little tease. Well,
only up there. Only up there.
Well, apparently she was a tease down there too, because it was 80 degrees yesterday and today it was snowing.
It was 80. Well, we got up, it was 70 degrees this morning when we woke up. And it went to hell in a handbasket in about, I'd say 30 seconds, but I'm going to give it 3 hours, And, by the time the guys got done working at the house at 3:00, there was 1.5 inches of snow on the ground.
Wow.
And it was like, what is this?
We had 2 inches of rain yesterday, and lots of wind and lots of thunder and lightning. And it was a good weather day for that, but it did rain a lot. But no snow, just a lot of rain. And then it got butt clenching cold this morning. It went down to 32, and all of my little crocuses were hanging their little heads and being sad and
kind of like, what are you doing?
Like, what the hell is what they said. Poor little
I was
crocuses.
trying to be PG, but it's okay.
Well, I already said butt clenching cold. So anyway,
Oh my gosh. So what are you
so
doing this summer?
yeah, what are we
Speak
doing
to
this
us. What
summer?
are you doing this summer?
Well, I don't get to retire for another, wait a minute, hold on. I can tell you exactly. 10 months, 3 days, 4 hours, 35 minutes, and 15 seconds. And it'll be less time by the time someone listens to this. So, yeah, so I don't get to retire till then for 10 more months. Actually, 9 months.
Okay.
On the 16th, it'll be 9 months. But,
No.
so I'm still working this summer. And yeah, it's a pretty busy job. It's kind of demanding at times, or a little bit stressful at times. And yeah, had some crap go on last week, and wow, stuff I can't even talk about. So there you have it. But it was, suffice
So
it to
let's talk
say,
about the stuff you are going to do that you can talk about.
I
You do have a
am.
personal life outside of work.
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
So what? Tell
Yeah,
us about that.
look at who's talking. Whatever. Anyway, we are going to Assateague in June, and so that'll be fun because that's
Oh,
one of
that'll
my
be fun.
most
Yeah.
favorite places in the entire world.
Yeah.
So we're going to go down there and hang out for a week. Rosie wants to go look for sea glass on Lake Erie sometime in July, but I don't have a good date.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Want to go do stuff sometime in August, but I don't have a good date. And that brings you up to September, and we're almost back to podcast season for Pam and Linda. So
Yeah, don't forget though, you're gonna slam a weekend in to come down here and visit us down
we are
here
going to come visit you, but I
on the
can't come this
farm.
weekend because you're going away. So where are you going?
No, no, no. I'm going next weekend away. I'll be
Ah,
away next weekend.
ah.
This weekend, I'm ripping the kitchen out, the rest of the kitchen. I have half of it out already. I'm getting ready to take the rest out.
So then,
So, yeah,
where are you going next weekend, Linda?
going to Puerto Rico.
Puerto
Yeah, so
Rico.
it's Puerto Rico. So it's Jill's birthday,
Oh, that's nice.
and she's just old now. Don't tell her I said that, but she's old now.
Oh,
So so
oh,
she's so of the two
wow.
of us, she's older than I am by well, she was born in March and I was born in October. At least I think it was October.
Think you
Um,
think?
so she's older than I am by X amount of months, which I'm not actually allowed to say anything about, but I do.
So she's 6 months older than you, and you bust her about this. Oh,
Yeah, I tell everybody she's my sugar mama.
ah,
she's, she's out there yelling at me right now.
imagine that. Can't imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, so this year, because I took myself off to Iceland with my daughter,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, she didn't want to go to Iceland. So it was like, okay, she's like, I got to go to a beach. And we've been to every beach practically in the US. And it was like, okay, well, let's try something different. We've talked about Puerto Rico for a couple of years, So we're going to Puerto Rico.
Sounds wonderful there. I've always wanted to. Sounds like it would be a great trip.
Yeah, it's a place you can go in the US without a passport, a
Yeah,
US passport. So
because it's
it's
a
a place to
U.S.
go.
territory.
It is,
I'm
but
not
we
sure the
both have
president knows
passports.
that, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just ignore that one.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, don't bring it down. Don't bring it down. However, I would suggest to everybody that if you do not have a U.S. passport, get yourself a U.S. passport. They're going to be quite handy in the near future.
Yes, especially women. Women
Yes.
definitely need to have a passport
Yep.
at the
Get that
very
passport.
least. So here in Pennsylvania, we have oh, I can't even think what it's called. Hold on a minute. I have it right here. Um, what's it called? Real ID. That's it. Real ID. And that allows us to travel places
Within the U.S.
within the
Within the
U.S.
U.S. Right.
And so
I
the real
right. Go
ID
ahead.
can almost take the place. It can't get you into a foreign country, but it can help. it gives you a really good ID because you've had to prove all of your ID. So if you don't have a driver's license, make sure you get an ID card. And if you can, get that passport. Now, I know that they're kind of expensive. They're about
They're
100,
$100.
180.
Well, if you want them expedited, they're more.
Yeah,
If you don't
so
need them expedited, they used to be. Well, I mean, I just had mine. I just renewed mine for the third time, and it was like $125. But I
yeah,
didn't need it expedited, so
right.
it's not buku money, but it's
Well,
worth having as
it might be for people who don't have a lot, and that's primarily the people that don't drive and don't have those IDs. And so
that is
it
true.
is
You
really
are true
really
there.
important for you to dig up your birth certificate and another form of identification and march yourself over to the DMV, regardless of the state that you're in, and get
Yeah.
yourself an identification card because trust me when I tell you it's going to come in very, 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 very handy in the near future, especially if you want to vote
Well,
in the next election.
let me do tell you. Not too long ago, I was talking to a couple. This was at the beginning of the year. Well, I should say it was last year, about October. I was standing somewhere and I was talking to a couple, and I said something about a passport. And the guy said, "Oh, I don't have a passport. It's not needed." And I said, "I have a passport and I have it in my bag with me right now." And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I have it with me every place I go now. And when I go on the road to transport people's pets, I used to just grab my wallet and poof, out the door I went. We no longer do that. One reason is, oh, I don't have a real ID and I kind of refuse to get one. I have a passport. And if that's not good enough for people, then they can just piss off."
Well, we didn't have a choice. We had to get one.
Did
And
you really? They
yeah,
made you get one there? Because I just renewed my driver's license here in Virginia and they did not make us get one.
they made us get one. We had to get a real ID.
And all that is, and people don't realize this, is this they're capturing all your biometrics and they're
Yeah.
tracking everything you're doing. Everything. Matter of fact, I just literally read somewhere before I got online where they have allowed AI to go through the IRS. And a reporter has caught them and they're wigging through everybody's IRS stuff right now. So, another fun thing to know. So yes, if you're enjoying everybody in knowing everything about you,
Well, if you're on Facebook, they already do. So
there's still some things you keep to yourself.
some things. But anywho, but get that real ID or get that passport
Yep,
because
get one or the other.
it's going to be very important to prove that you are a United States citizen when you're traveling about.
Yeah,
And it's
yep,
really important for women more so
yep,
than men.
yep.
So be aware. All right, on to that note, that was a bit of a downer, but
It
it's
was a reality
important,
check. It's a reality check of our time right now.
unfortunately.
There is a lot going on because I travel so much. I see so much that I don't want to see, and I see
Like,
things that
do
have
tell.
changed. Well, like I said, one of the big things is carrying appropriate ID because you can get stopped at the drop of a dime. I mean, this was years ago. I got stopped in West Virginia, and it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I got stopped. Jill was sleeping in the back, and we had a whole host of animals on board.
That's
We had a
terrifying.
sign on the back of the sign that said "Precious Pets Transport." Now, when you went to school, exactly did that mean? Because the cops didn't actually know,
Well, you were
and we
in
would
West
be
Virginia.
yeah,
Sorry. I apologize to anybody that's listening in West Virginia. It was just a cheap shot. I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself.
yeah. Well, after that particular stop, I could tell you a few good stories, and I probably would be run out of West Virginia on a rail after that stop. But anyhow, because when they're looking at you and you're going through on 64, and they go, "Where did you come from?" and you go, "Back there."
Back
Well, that's
there.
Kentucky. Yeah, back there. We got really good at that back there. And then where are you going? Now I'm on 64 East.
Up there.
And my geography tells me I'm going that way. And when I get out of West Virginia, I'm going to be in Virginia. Now, obviously, you flunked that class, but let me inform you that that is Virginia in front of me. And it's like, well, where do you live? Okay, well, this van has Virginia plates on it. And you now have my driver's license. It says Virginia. Now let's connect the dots, folks.
You should not be smart with a cop.
See, that's the problem now. I'm so old now that I get pissy really quick.
No way.
And when I'm stupid, I just want to see this got me in trouble in Iceland with the cop because I called out stupid for what stupid was. Yeah. And like I told them over there, it turns out that stupid comes in every language.
Linda.
Yeah.
Linda. Did I ever tell you about the time I was in Canada for like 15 minutes?
No.
Yeah, so I had the kids.
Did you make a wrong turn?
Well, funny, yeah. Well, not really. We were in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And we went across the big bridge. Okay. And we waited, and oh my God, it took forever. It must have taken 25 minutes to get across that godforsaken bridge. And you know how much I really hate bridges anyway. So I'm sitting in the middle of this stupid thing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I hate them. Sitting in the middle of this stupid thing, and I mean dead center. And every time a truck would go by, it would go boom, 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 boom. And you know, all of the engineers that I know, and I know a bunch of them, who make bridges, they say to me things like, that's what makes it safe. I said, it ain't no, nope. No, I don't like it. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the middle of this stupid bridge. We finally get over to Canada, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. All right. So we look around over there for, I don't know, 15 minutes. It looks pretty much just like the other side. And we went over and stared at the waterfall and went, yeah, okay, still looks like a waterfall. Got back in the car, came back across. Another 25 minutes on the godforsaken bridge. Finally get up to the American side, okay? Mr. Customs Agent says to me, where are you coming from, ma'am? I don't know. That's what I said to him. I said, back there.
It's back there.
He says, where back there? I said, the other side of the bridge. That's where I was. I was there for 15 minutes. And he says, why would you only go for 15 minutes? I wanted to see what was there. Please step out of the car, ma'am. No lie.
Oh, I bet that did get I bet that did get you.
Sure, I had to
get
get out
that
of the car.
Tattoo smart ass across your forehead.
I had to get out of the car. He makes my kids get out of the car. They pulled all the pillows out. They pulled all the blankets out. The lunch boxes, the cooler, all the shit out of my trunk. And I said, I'm serious, officer. I went to the other side to see what was there because I had never been there before. Well, why didn't you stay longer? And I said, because it looks just like here. And he was just like, well, there's nothing wrong with your driver's license, so I guess you can move ahead. It's like, really? Are you going to put my stuff back in the trunk? You know?
That was to teach you a lesson.
Oh, he was a dick.
You're not supposed to be obnoxious. That's the whole thing. They want you to bow down and kiss their little white asses, and it's like, I'm not going to. Sorry, I'm 60-some years old.
I wasn't at the time. I might have been 32, 3.
I can give respect. Don't get me wrong. I get stopped, and I get stopped a lot because I drive a white van. You know, and what are the dog kennels for? I hear that a lot. I can't, and I can't. It's like, how do you not come back with a smart ass comment? How do you not look at them and go,
dogs?
this, it just takes every ounce of energy. And they're like, you look like you have a problem. And I'm like, I'm trying not to get arrested here.
Looks like
Well,
you
what do
have a
you
problem.
mean? I do, because I really hate stupid things coming out of people's mouths. And I hate people that try to set up somebody else and they try to egg people on. And it's like, do not trigger somebody that is just driving. I spend 12 hours a day driving by myself, talking to dogs. All of a sudden you have a human being talking to you, but getting very in your face. And it's like, you just harsh my mellow. Could you get out of my face and just let me go back to my day?
Maybe the next time a cop pulls you over, say to him, "Oh, thank God." He goes, and he'd say, "Why?" Well, I've been driving for 12 hours, and the only person I've had to talk to were these dogs back here. Thank God you pulled me over. How are you? Would you like a glass of water? Because I am so lonely.
There have been some, I got stopped in Wyoming for absolutely no reason. Seriously, he was like, "Well, you have Virginia plates," and I'm like, "What? I'm not allowed to leave the state of Virginia?" "Well, where are you coming from?" I'm like, "Back
Virginia."
there." I had a door. Yeah, I was coming home. I had to do a private ride out to Wyoming, so I'm coming back through, and there's a Menards in Nebraska. But I hadn't picked up the door yet. I was getting ready to the next day. So I'm coming through Wyoming, and I'm literally listening to a book, and I'm just I had cruise control on, so it's not like I'm speeding, And I seen him come down, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And yeah. I'm like, "Why are you stopping me?" And he's like, "Well, I just needed to check." I said, "Check on what?" He's like, "Well, you have this thing in your window." I said, "Well, look, there's a tractor trailer. They have one in their window too. Did you stop him?" And it was just a shade visor is all it was. But he used that excuse to stop me. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm just driving." "Well, you just didn't look like you belonged." I'm like, "What? I'm a white woman in the middle of Wyoming. What part of this doesn't fit into the scenery?"
Yeah.
And so after a while he was like, "Well, what are you doing out here?" And I'm like, "I'm working." "What kind of work do you do?" Well, that was a stupid thing for me to say. "I'm a pet transporter." "Well, I've never heard of that." "Well, that's not my problem, is it? My world is a little larger."
I'm running a dog prostitution ring.
Yeah. Dear God, no. Oh my God. They'd have me out and strip searched on the side of the road. Oh, you can't go off with that one.
I can pay. No. You pay me, I'll breed your dog. It's okay.
No. Jill got stopped in Wyoming once, and it turns out that the guy was like, she had Rosie in the front seat, and Rosie's just slathering up on the window. She's wanting to eat the cop's face, and so he tells Jill to, come on outside. And Jill has a heavy foot. She likes to get where she's got to go in 10 seconds. So she gets stopped for this. And the cop, he's like, "Why so fast? What's dog kennels for?" The whole shebang. And Jill's like, I'm a pet transporter. We move people's pets. And he's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, I wish I'd known that 2 weeks ago. I got myself a Cane Corso puppy, and it came from the airline, and it was just a big ball of shit when it got here. And it was like, Jill's like, "Oh, no. We clean them, and we hug them, and we kiss up on them. And it would have come to you all clean, And so, yeah, she got out of that ticket. Don't ask me how in the hell she did that, but she did.
She's cute.
It's the British accent. See, I have the hick accent.
Probably in British,
I'm just the Pennsylvania hick. It's no big deal, I've had to tell customers that. "Are you the British lady?" No. I'm just the
other
country
one.
hick. Yeah, I'm the country hick. So anyhow, fun days on the road. Something to look forward to.
Good times.
Yeah. So, we have absolutely nothing important that we're talking about tonight.
Well, that's okay. Actually, it is kind of important because we did give them the tip about, getting your passport. But more importantly, we're, even though there is persistence and there is stubbornness and not knowing when to quit, and we aren't quitting, we're just taking a break. We're taking a break from this
Yeah.
podcast for a few months so that Linda can catch her breath and we can line up some really new and interesting guests. I was going to say characters, but guests. Guests are fun.
Characters are fun too.
Characters are fun. And I do enjoy characters. So actually, I want to throw this out to the people listening. Is there someone or something that you would like to hear about in the future? Because we will do our very level-headed best to find that person. I think one of the most interesting people we had on in the last 2 seasons was the lady from Cape Cod who dives into the ponds and digs out garbage. I think that is fascinating still. I found her so inspirational and fascinating. And then there was JT. Holy cow. Just go feed the dogs. I of all the episodes, I think of that one the most because she was up against it, man. She lost everything in a big fire. And just like, wow. She just kept going,
She's on the move here soon.
Oh, is she going to France now?
No, she's not going to France. She's, I think for the summer, she's packing up. She's going to make a pit stop here at some point. And then she's heading further north. She's going to tour a bit of the East Coast through the summer.
Nice.
Stay out of that Florida heat. So yeah, so she's going to be experiencing some new and exciting things. Her and her dogs.
That'll be great.
Yep, she just is a free spirit. If she wants to do it, she just gets up and does it. That's find that pretty impressive. I find that amazing.
I do too. Because wow, that takes a certain amount of gumption to be able to do that, and that's pretty darn cool. So I do have some good news, or some interesting news, or some new news, I guess. Even though this podcast is ending, I will be kicking off a new one next week, and it's called Tonight's Destination, and it'll be a part of the Fun Chasers universe. And it will be taking you and me and everyone else that's listening to a new destination a week. And we have our very first guest lined up, and she is the lady that runs the resort where they filmed Dirty Dancing. Yes. And so it's pretty cool. It's in the mountains of Virginia, and the resort, I'm not going to tell you a whole lot more about it because but it's all of the places, like when it had closed 6 months before they got the notification that they needed a place to film Dirty Dancing, and because the lady that owned it had passed away, and so this big old resort up in the mountains of Virginia was available, and so that's where they filmed 90% of the movie. And so they've got entire Dirty Dancing nights there once a week. It's pet friendly. It's just a really neat looking place. So I'm excited to talk to her. I'd love to go to see her, but she'll be talking to us on the computer. So that'll be kind of exciting.
Virginia's not that far.
I do, but didn't have a babysitter for the dog, but now I found out that I don't have to have a babysitter for the dog, and I could take the dog with me. So there you go. What?
Yeah. Take your dog with you.
I will.
With you. Yeah, go. Go do it. What's stopping you?
I will. Work.
Besides the snow.
Well, yeah, it's snowing right now. Well, not right this second.
Do you have any days left?
Almost a year.
Well, take 1 or 2 of them.
People listen to this that I work with, knock it off.
I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me. I'm not feeling
Anyway,
well
I'm looking
today.
forward to talking to her, and then we'll have a different destination every week, and we're kind of looking forward to starting this brand new thing. And so I hope that you can tune in. I believe that we will have new episodes every Saturday. For that, in case Linda wants to come back early, we can still do Too Stubborn to Quit on Fridays. So we will be doing
Yeah,
tonight's
that'll work.
destination on Saturdays. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. It'll be fun. And that'll be on the Fun
So
Chasers channel.
good. What I'm myself would be looking for through the summer is, if you're listening to this, and one of the things I think I always thought it would be awesome is a lot of what's online is about people who are famous. People know, you see this person all the time. Well, we're not famous, not even close. I'd like to be, but I won't. I'm not. But anyhow, is I'd like to hear people's stories. I just find it
Yeah,
fascinating that the average everyday person, people like you, people like me, people like Pam, we're just average people. And we never get our time. We never get our 15 minutes of fame. So I think going into next season, what I'd like to do is just put it out there that if you want your 15 minutes of fame with infamous people, is give us a holler. I mean, we have an email address. Give us a holler and say, I'd really like to you know, just chat and just do what we're doing. Tell us about your life. What makes you who you are, how you got where you are. That's every bit about being too stubborn to quit. You know, but looking for people that wouldn't mind sharing their story, just like
yeah,
the people that we've had one already.
absolutely.
They're great stories. There's just so much out there, so much for people to hear. And you think to yourself, man, this world just is going to shit. No, it's not, because there's people out there just like you, just like me, just like Pam, just like everybody else. We're all holding on by a thread, but we all got great stories to tell. So come on and tell your tale.
Yeah, tell your tale. Absolutely. And the email address is 2s2qshow at gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. You can reach
Yeah.
us on Facebook too, if you'd prefer. Reach out to Pam or Linda here, Linda or Pam, on
Yep.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or send us a message through YouTube. Either way, you can find us, you can get in touch with us, and we would love to hear from you. And yes, we are booking for next season. So next season will start what day, Linda, in October?
Let's just look at our schedule here. Well, nothing like being put on a. I'm not the one that keeps the calendar, so
Whatever.
that's a poor excuse. But I don't even know where my calendar is.
All right, I'll
It'd be
look.
the first weekend. Oh, I just lost you. It'd be the first weekend or the
First weekend in
first the
October?
first. Yeah, the first Friday in October. Are
All
we
right.
staying with the Fridays? I mean, recording Thursday, staying with Fridays.
So that would be Friday, October 2nd. That's when we'll
There
be back
you go, folks.
and bigger and better than ever. So it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
that'll be
So
what, season 3.
and if you wouldn't mind, even though we're taking a break, please follow us. If you get on, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple or anywhere you're getting your podcasts, please give us 5 stars or a thumbs up or a like. That really, really, really helps us. And of course, on YouTube, if you could subscribe, we would love to have you. And so be a part of our community and join.
Yep.
Be too stubborn to quit, just like us. So
Yep. Visit us on Facebook. Drop us a comment on Facebook.
yeah, because we'll be watching that all summer too. So it'll be
Yeah,
good.
so we're going to try to get up some short clips and stuff through the summer. Just so you don't forget about us, because we're
Right.
kind of unforgettable kind of people.
Yeah. Infamous, unforgettable kind of people.
Infamous. And I'd say that too loud. Somebody's liable to take that the wrong way. Apparently, you're not
Yeah.
allowed to joke about things in this life.
Ah, they're on the wrong channel.
Sorry.
If they're having that kind of a problem, they're on the wrong channel. So,
Yeah, they are.
I guess I'm probably pretty much done then, if unless you have something else to add.
I do not. I wished I did. I'd like to keep doing it through the summer, but I got to tap and call it, give myself a break through the summer.
It's
I'd
hard
like to give
keeping up
all of
with this.
myself, not piece of myself.
I
So
get it. I get it. So we will be back October 2nd. Please subscribe. Please follow us. Please leave a 5-star review. Please just, hang out with us and join our community. And like I said, reach out to us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you can. So until we
and
see
in the
you in
meantime,
October.
yep. In the meantime, have a wonderful summer. If you don't have something planned for the summer, find something to do.
There you
Find
go.
something fun.
Life's too
And
short.
just life's too short. That's right. Life's too short. Reach out every day to somebody once a day and say hello. Make it a point once a day to brighten somebody else's day. And maybe, just maybe, somebody might come along and brighten your day. What's that? There's a movie about it one time, that Pass It On.
Yeah.
So if you got a smile today, pass it on to somebody else for their happy day.
There you go. All right, guys. So
this is it.
Till October 2nd. We will see you later. And like I say, follow, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share our episodes. Go back and watch the old ones. They're kind of funny. So thanks, everybody. And we will talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye.